Hi guys, welcome back to yet another video on the YumCars YouTube channel. So as you can see behind me, it might be a dead giveaway as to what this video will be. So this is another microfiber video. We get about 20-30 emails / messages a day about what towels do you recommend, what towels do you have, what's the difference in towels, what is a blend, what's a different type of blend we don't understand. What's a different type of weave, and people start saying 70-30 and 80-20 GSMs. Nobody understands. So I'm going to try and debust a few of these issues as a company as well. Yes, I do sell the towels, but also it's in my best interest to give you the best towel. So first of all, the blend. The usual blends you'll hear, the usual is 80-20 and 70-30. Now, what these numbers mean, so the highest number is always polyester. So when it says 80-20, so it's 80% polyester, and the 20 or the 30 is polyamide. So that is the blends. Now, 80-20 towels are okay. Yes, there can be some very, very good ones, but usually now, this is my opinion anyway, that in the industry, people look at that the 70-30 towels as the better towel, only because, so that lowest number, so polyamide, so the 30% polyamide, this is what adds the softness. So when you take a towel out and sometimes it's rough and you think, oh God, that doesn't feel too good. Yet you take some towels out and they feel very soft, almost like a face towel. So people always think that a soft towel is always the best towel. Not necessarily, depends on what application you're using it on. So for example, a super plush towel, you're not going to use it on the inside of your glass because it's going to leave bits and lint and it's not going to clean as well as a short nap. Now, that's the blends. Of course, you can get 60-40. I mean, that's just super soft. And I've seen towels as high as 94-6 or 90-60, which is just your cheap, I won't mention the country of origin, but yeah, super cheap towels. Now you find in certain supermarkets at 22 pence a towel. Not good. The first wash and they just become as rough as sandpaper. So that is your blends, the usual blends. Now the weave, they say, what is the weave? People think microfiber is all the same. It's not. So the towel itself, it's got usually the same purpose as every other towel in the microfiber lineup, but the blends of the towel differ for each different use. So I've got two piles here. You might be able to recognize some of these towels you would never have seen before. So the drying towel side of the car, this again, these have been absolutely flying off the shelves, but this is, I hope the camera focuses, there we go. This is a waffle weave, okay? Now if you look here, you can see tiny little squares, and these are like the waffles, like you have for breakfast. And these have got hundreds, in fact, probably about thousands of waffles, okay? So waffle weave, it's a waffle weave. A weave full of waffles. So these towels are usually quite thin. So from the side profile, you could see it's not that thick. So when this gets fully saturated, the car obviously is being dried and all the water is being absorbed into the towel. Now, certain weaves of towels will get bogged down with water and they're very heavy. Whereas the waffle weave, all these little dips in the towel, what they do is they add surface area. So a towel that's this big, it's physically this big, but it also adds little surface areas all across the divots, which means there's more absorption. So again, I forgot to mention, so GSM, grams per square meter, that's what it stands for, and that designates, a lot of people look at GSM as, oh, because it's a high GSM, it's a lot plusher of a towel, not necessarily. We found the sweet spot to be with these towels anyway, so like on and off towels, between 400 and 500. Any thicker, and you could run into problems. Any lower GSMs, and they are good for the removal of hard polishers, waxes, but for the end user, 400 to 500 GSMs usually quite good. Regards towels, you get like big GSMs, Again, some of these towels are over 1,000 actually, but that's for a different application. So yeah, so this is a low GSM towel because it's very light, but the absorbency power is unbelievable. Now, this is our plush waffle weave drying towel, and obviously we have a factory somewhere in the world that always surprises us with different blends, different sizes, materials. So we've actually got another towel here that we can't show you because it's literally proprietary. So we've been sent one saying test it, but don't show it to anybody. So it's completely different. But moving away from the tangent, again, this towel is exactly the same as this. The only difference is it's blue, of course. It's a test towel, and the size of it is absolutely, bloody hell, huge. So it's a very big towel. Now, we are potentially looking at increasing the size, maybe, keeping this towel as well, increasing the size. Some people like just bigger towels, so we're just listening to what the people are telling us. So that's the 2 waffle weave drying towels. Now, again, this has been with us for about 5 months now in testing. It's not the biggest of towels, but it's very thick. So it's a 2-sided, so it's woven. So 2 individual sheets of microfiber have been woven together to get us, obviously, again, with a nice, in fact, this is a suede edge. So it's not silk, it's suede, adds even more absorbency. Exactly the same thing on our waffle weaves, it's suede. Super soft, super plush, it won't scratch, and it just adds a bit more sucking power into the towels. Now this towel is 1200 GSM, believe it or not, so it's a very thick towel. I know you can't see this on camera, but this towel is heavy. And we are using this for a removal towel of detail sprays as we are actually drying the car as well. So drying / finishing towel, and it's very, very thick. I don't know if you could see the blends, look at that. It's very nice, it's very thick. So it's almost like a bath towel. So again, I'm not saying whether we're getting it or not, we're not too sure yet. Now coming into, this is a completely different weave now, so people, non-professionals and non-prosumers I'm talking about here. I'm talking about just your usual person who goes to an auto parts store and just buys any rag. That's the people I'm talking about. They very rarely would have heard of a twist loop. So a twist loop blend is exactly as it sounds. It's a twisted loop of microfiber within these towels. Now again, let's have a look if this new camera is going to pick up the beautiful detail. There, look at that. So I've got the twist loops in there. Now it doesn't feel as plush as something as this, nowhere near. However, me and Kelly have been having this discussion for months now. She doesn't like this towel because of that reason. She said people who don't know might not realize that, you know, these towels aren't as plush as the towels, etc. But the absorbency on this thing, so again, I'm going to show you the size. This towel is huge, huge. The absorbency on this is immense, so I could do 2, in fact, I did 2 cars. So I did the Mustang and a Skoda Fabia VRS, their state version, in this towel, and it was about 80% wet. So, and they're both big cars. So again, twist loop, this was sent to us, so we're just, again, testing it. I mean, it's 6 months worth. I've caught it on badges and everything. And just to see how it stands up. So I've pretty much washed every car in the business park 3 times a week, every week, behind all the scenes of me working, just to see how many washes this will withstand before it dies. So 6 months in, for about, well, I use this 10 times a week probably as a test. And yeah, it's doing well. Love this towel. So again, keep your eyes peeled. And Same style of technology. Now, you might see that, oh, that looks different. But then if you look through the side here, again, that looks different. So what is it? So it's a single-sided twist loop, exactly the same as that. So this side, you recognize. However, this side is super fine, tight knit, low pile. So when I mean low pile, so the same as a carpet, so a low pile carpet, there's not as many arms. Yeah, so it's a single side, a lot lighter. I forgot to mention this is 1000 GSM, which is again a little bit surprising because a little small towel is running at 1200, where this is running at about 1000. But I can get this towel to up to 1500 GSM, which is going to be a monster. Now, in fact, while I'm on these towels, because this holds so much water, especially this one, this becomes very heavy. So this is another negative to a twist loop, that it depends how protected the car is, how much water you're actually sucking up from it. But if you do take up a lot of water, it starts to weigh a lot. Now I'll give you a test. So imagine you're going from the roof, you go down to the floor and this happens. You've got to watch the bottom of your towel. It doesn't hit the floor, otherwise it's toast. But anyway, forget that. Single-sided twist loop towel, really cool. So we use this probably towards the end. So you've dried the main car and you want to buff clean a detail spray or spray wax. You could use the short nap side or the long side. So again, a good towel, a big towel as well. So that is potentially 4 different towels here that we're looking at now as a development. Now moving on to this, I've literally just been on the phone to the factory, and it's interesting what's available on the market currently right now with the technology. Again, there's some towels that we just cannot physically legally film because they are quite new with the technology. So again, I'll show you the ones that I can show you that we're working on. The black towel, so it's our utility towel. Okay, this is, believe it or not, so this is an 80-20 towel. Okay, so it's about a 390 GSM, so just below the sweet spot. Pain safe completely, and both sides are super short pile. Well, in fact, there is no pile, it's a very flat pile. And this is perfect. So if you're doing a scrubbing job, so wheel arches, door jambs, anything like that, wheels, you can. But for us, this towel, it's an interior towel. So glass cleaner removal, our interior cleaner removal, but this on glass with our glass cleaner, because it's got quite, in a sense, an aggressive bite towards the towel. When you use 2 of these to go to the inside of your glass, which is everybody's worst nightmare, especially for someone like me. So I vape, so I've got to take even extra care when I'm cleaning, otherwise I'm basically smudging oil from left to right. So yeah, this is an awesome towel on the inside. Again, as I said at the beginning of the video, 80-20 blend towels can be good. It depends where you get them from and who makes it. Now, if you get a good factory, amazing, 80-20 towel, no problem. So I use a couple of these actually, obviously independent ones, which are in the cupboard. If you use a wax that you've over-cured accidentally, or the sun's just peeked out or something and it's back into the panel, or you've applied too much, this is amazing because it'll cut right through the wax, and it's a great final wipe towel, no pressure, you know, just to make sure you've got no streaks. Again, this towel, this has been flying actually, bloody hell. People say it's like a face towel, but extremely plush. I'm just showing you some of the characteristics of it. So, yeah, very plush, it's very thick. The pile of this towel is actually Again, so it's just on the higher side of just like a medium pile. It's a 16 by 16. It's a very nice size. It's, oh, knocked the camera. 16 by 16, very nice size. It's very absorbent. So for us, this towel is simply a removals towel for either compounds, polishes, so the professional side of our business. So it can handle anything from a really nice oily compound to a very dry, dusty compound that is very hard to remove. It can handle all of that. Again, sealants, waxes, spray waxes, detail sprays, anything like that. It can be used again everywhere, but I wouldn't recommend using this on your wheels because again, this is quite an expensive blend, expensive towel to buy. So why would you want to ruin it on a wheel? So paint only for us. So again, as I said, removal or application. So we could spray our ceramic spray sealant directly into here, wipe it on, take another towel, the same type, and wipe it off. So yeah, it's good. Now this time it's not a suede. So all of these edgings have been suede. This is now pure silk. You could see by the color, it's slightly more glossy in texture. I'm trying to hide my face because autofocus is amazing. So silk, and again, it adds to a little bit of the weight, it adds to a little bit of the absorption, but the main thing is it's a non-scratch material on the edges. That is very important because this is the final thing you put onto your car, so you don't want to be scratching. And then a final towel. This is edgeless completely. This is even thicker than our plush towel. So again, I'm gonna do you the trademark. In fact, I'm gonna do it from this end because this is really good. So yeah, the edging's very, very good. So there's a few ways that we cut the edges. You can either use heat or you can use, well, heat, when I say heat, it's like a laser. You can use a blade, of course. So in a sense, a guillotine, like a huge industrial guillotine. Now the problem with lasers, heat, whatever you want to call it, whatever's easy for you to understand, is when you start cutting too many of these towels, because polyester is technically a plastic material, almost dropped it. It's almost a plastic material. Heat and plastic, I'll let you answer that question, does not mix. So poor quality edgeless towels will contain around the edging here, somewhere a thick rough bit. So basically melted plastic, okay? So I'm feeling this towel is completely nothing. So when you're folding towels, for example, there could be an edge here that could scratch your car. Again, poor quality marksmanship, and it doesn't do. But anyway, completely edgeless. This is 500 GSM, so at the top end of the sweet spot. Now, don't get me wrong, 600 GSM potentially towels of this type are great as well. It just depends what you're using them for, because anything that is super sticky might make the towel too thick and too plush, if that makes sense. So it can be too nice. But yeah, 500 GSM. Let me ruffle these up, let's have a look. 500 GSM, super thick, super soft. That's the main thing, that's what I love about this. Yeah, look at that. It's thicker. So yeah, it's nice. Again, we use it for the same thing as we've used our plush towel for. So removal, application, etc. Awesome final wipe towel, so an inspection towel in a sense. Wipe the car once with a clean towel just to make sure you haven't left any product on the car. I recommend doing that with any product anyway. So this is what we're currently looking at. There's about probably 3 more towels which we can't show you. It's a mix of drying, removal towels. I won't reveal it, but this is the towel ranges. So I hope this is kind of simplified a little bit with different towels. I mean, don't forget there's another 30 different types on top of this, but when you're talking the mainstream, you go to any big company and you'll have one of these towels with one of these edges, edgeless silk, suede, you know. they're all in a different combination. So I hope I've kind of debusted some of the stuff, because it can get very confusing if you don't deal with towels every day. And I'm sure there's, well, in fact, I know there's companies that are more experienced than I am with towels. If you're in the detailing world, you know exactly who that company is. They specialize in towels. And they'll probably tell you even more than this, but just to simplify to normal people without saying it's this blend, it's that blend, it's these numbers, and people obviously don't understand what it is. So there is an aftercare of towel video as well. I will link it in the description. And this is how you wash towels and how I wash towels. And some of these towels have been with us for 3-4 years. So obviously these towels, no, but some of the towels in there have been with us for 3-4 years. And if you look after them well, they'll still remain as soft as these towels, which have been with us for a couple of months. So if you've got any questions regards the towels, again, feel free to email us. So info@yumcars.co.uk. All our social media is down in the description, but Instagram, Facebook, obviously YouTube, where you're watching this on. We've got even a community page, which is actually an exciting thing. So it's very slowly growing. But if you don't feel comfortable emailing and talking to us, join the community page. And you've got people who have bought all our stuff. They still use our towels with some of our chemicals, some of the different chemicals, and basically people just talk and they share their experiences, and that's the main thing. So if you feel more comfortable speaking to somebody else who is on your level of detailing, there is that person in the forum. We've got anywhere from the pro down to the complete starter and anywhere in between. So you can join that up. And of course, you've got our personal profiles on Instagram if you feel comfortable. So obviously Kelly at YumCars and Nick at YumCars on Instagram. If you feel comfy talking through there, ping us a message. And I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope the image quality is good. The sound quality, that was the main thing. This unit echoes. So I hope the sound quality has been amazing. I'll play this back now and see how it goes. But yes, stay tuned for some more stuff. It's coming up to Christmas. It's coming up to the time where everybody relaxes. We're ramping it up actually. So all the way up to Christmas, we're releasing some new stuff. We're dropping, I won't say, but we're dropping something as well. It's quite a big thing. It's 3-4 months now that we've been working on it 24/7. So hopefully it pays off. So that'll be live before Christmas. And obviously we're going to go into 2020 flying. You've seen a little behind the scenes here. When the thing that drops before Christmas drops, you will know what I mean, but there'll be a background thing to it as well, where there'll be a more even behind the scenes into the business. So we'll even show you some of our suppliers, potentially, just the life of YumCars. So when that happens, just make sure to check it out. It'll be awesome. And yeah, thank you very much for watching as usual, and stay tuned for some more. Cheers guys.